Okay, let me just check. I'm starting a little bit early because I wanted to check my screen. Let me know if y'all can hear me, if y'all can see me. I'm back on my phone. Okay, period. Hey, New. Hey, Regina. Okay, cool. Y'all can hear me? I'm gonna wait till 7 though. I just wanted to get on a little bit early just to make sure y'all can hear me. So let me just check real quick. Test. Okay, cool. Let me know y'all if y'all can hear me too. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Oh, I didn't know you lived in Canada, girl. Simone, okay, North Carolina. Currently, y'all, I'm in Virginia. Technically, I am a Texas resident. Technically, I live in Dallas, but I'm currently in Virginia. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let some more people have some time to join. Hi, Leisha. Okay, so pretty much so far, well, I don't know where Calgary is. Let me double check. So it seems like everybody's on the East Coast, but let me just double check Calgary. Let me check the map. Calgary, Canada. Yes, Simone. After the live, it should just be saved into the chat. I think too, like when you come into the Boss Mob, if you go under events, you can always watch the live replay in there as well if you see it. Yeah, so technically I'm a Texas resident. Dallas. The prices there are amazing. Gas is cheap. Hey girl. Hey Tab. If I'm not saying your name right, please tell me. Tituana. Hopefully I said that right, girl. Hey Kay. Oh yeah, stateside. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see Calgary is a little bit on the West Coast. So yeah, Simone. So the replay will be saved. And let me see if I can actually kind of show you. So I think it'll just be saved generally in the group, but because I made this as an event, let me just see real quick. Oh, actually, did I share the right screen? Hold on. Yeah, because I saved this as an event, you can go back to the event and watch it, but I'm going to show you real quick. Let me just try to pull it up. Because it saves inside the group, and then it also saves as a replay in the event section. And there's not a lot of events because I feel like everyone, when they go live, they just go live on their phone or like using just their camera. But because I wanted to show you guys a presentation, I'm using a software. Okay, so let me just pull this up real quick. Sorry, my computer is a little... This thing been putting in work today. Okay. So I'm going to try to put this over here. Okay, hold on. So let me see if you can see this, Simone. Okay, so you see here, if you go to events and you click events, sorry, it's a little slow. Then it has like all the past events, but like you could just click into this event. And that's another way you'll be able to find the replay, because I feel like you can find it in the main post, but it might get lost. So yeah, and then like it'll save it inside here. So like, yeah, this little post right here. Okay, so that's one way that you could see that. Okay. So okay, guys. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Anya. So yeah, if anybody has any branding questions, I'm gonna touch on branding for like 2.5 seconds, but branding isn't really my thing. I do have a background in graphic design, but I am not a graphic designer. And for some reason, I just can put stuff together, but how I do it, I don't really know. And I don't have a passion for branding or graphic design. So if you have any branding questions, ask Lyrica and ask Anya. Okay. Also, hey Asia, girl, I got money making on my lips right now. I always put my lip oils on my lips before I do my webinar, even though y'all can't see me. Because I just feel like it just makes the magic come out, the words come out. Favor's talking about all things Instagram. And I'm actually gonna get started now. So let's get into it. I don't have any notes, so bear with me. I'll be trying to remember things. So I try to put little notes in the camera things. Okay. So today, and if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I will try to go back and either answer them later or answer them at the end, just so I can get through everything that everybody wants to talk about today. Make sure that this information is shared. Okay. But let me just keep my chat real quick. Okay. So we are going to be talking about how to use Instagram to grow your business, but more specifically, right? How to turn your followers into paying customers. Okay. Because if we got followers and we got a business and we're not making money, there's really no point. And so I'm going to teach you how to make sales while growing a targeted and engaged following all at the same time. All right. And you can do this without having to pump out a ton of content. Just a quick background about me. I am a quiet, sort of loud introvert. I don't like doing things that are hard. I'm a very hard worker, but I always try to find a faster, easier, better way to do something. And I also try to get a lot of results for, one effort. So if anybody's familiar with like the 10x5, I try to do one thing and like get 10 results. Okay. So today we're going to talk about content, followers, engagement, and then marketing, which essentially is going to help you get sales. Okay. So if you feel like you struggled with Instagram, don't feel like it's your fault, because first of all, Instagram is dropping 10,000 new features. So one of the new features they're dropping is that you're going to be able to actually rearrange your feed. It's like some of these things are good, and then it's like, oh my gosh, Instagram, slow down. Like, let me catch up. And then not only that, they're always changing the algorithm. So by the time you get used to one algorithm, they change to another algorithm, back to this algorithm. So you're kind of like, what the heck? So don't have any fears. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm about to teach you 10,000 things. Like, I really try to, like I said, help you create one quick, swift strategy that gets you multiple results. Okay. So one of the things that might be holding you back on Instagram is thinking that the only way that you can grow and make sales is that you have to pump out a ton of content every day, right? So what's everybody teaching you right now? Wish it works, but 2 to 3 reels a day, that's a lot of content to make, right? And then how do you actually create the reels, and then the time it takes to do that, right? Showing up 24/7 on your lives and the stories, like just to chase a sale or just to grow followers. No. Okay. And so if you ever felt like this could be simpler, definitely, right? I like to keep things simple. I like KISS. I like to keep it simple. So after this training, you're going to be able to grow them followers. They're going to be engaged, and they're going to turn into paying customers without feeling, crazy and overwhelmed. So just a quick hello for anybody that hasn't met me yet. I do try to hang out in the group, but I do hang out in the verified sellers group. So if you're not a verified seller, definitely hit up Lyrica or Anya, because I'm telling you, it's definitely worth it. I've made my money back 10 times over. But my name is Terry. So I'm a Yorkie mom. So if there's any dog moms out there, I know we have a lot of moms in this group, but I have not hit that milestone in my life yet. So I've been a Yorkie mom for the last 12 years. Huge Harry Potter fan, Harry Potter till I die. So I'm Team Gryffindor. And then I'm half Korean, half Black. So my favorite food is pretty much anything Korean and anything soul food. I used to be a blogger, so I understand if anybody's an influencer, I understand that life. My degree is from Cal State Northridge, 13 years doing digital marketing. So I have a marketing degree and a background in psychology, sales psychology. And I've had multiple 7-figure businesses. I used to have Instagram apps. So if anybody was familiar with like the follow apps, with like Instagram and Boostgram back in the day, I had one too. And I also had an influencer app as well that helps you find influencers through hashtags. So I've been doing Instagram for a long time, and I have helped, people grow millions of followers all over the world. So for whatever reason, I speak Instagram. I really don't know why, but I do. Okay. So let's jump right into this training. So hot tip, I'm going to give you 3 hot tips. Okay. And these hot tips are going to cover the content, the followers, the engagement, the sales. Okay. So hot tip number 1, why you don't need to waste time pumping out content and doing it for the gram 24/7 to grow targeted and engaged followers, right? People that engage with your business and turn into paying customers. Okay. Why you don't need to. Okay. You need to actually be doing the right things. So let me know in the comments if anyone has ever heard of know, like, trust. Know, like, trust. Yeah. Let me know if anybody has heard of know, like, trust. Okay. If you haven't heard of know, like, trust, then basically it's a concept that says people have to get to know you, they have to like you, and they have to trust you in order to purchase with you, shop with you, sign up for your services, become a client. So you probably see that a lot in the group. They say relationship building, right? Like, don't just sell, promote. Like, you actually have to build relationships. So conceptually, that is called know, like, trust. Okay. So essentially, with know, like, trust, it is a flow that allows someone to, so what you essentially do is you create a flow, right, that takes someone down a value journey that's going to help you quickly grow a targeted audience and nurture them into paying customers. Okay. So it's actually a concept that you can use as a strategy on your Instagram. Okay. So it's called the know, like, trust funnel flow. Okay. So it has 3 core phases and they all build on top of each other. So what that means is that if you don't have phase 1 done, then phase 2 isn't going to work and phase 3 isn't going to work. So if you want so essentially imagine trying to establish and build those relationships and provide value for your customers so that they know you are the solution to their problem. This is exactly what the flow does. Okay. It helps you do this in one fell swoop. So the first thing that you have to have is a proper Instagram foundation, especially if you are using Instagram for your business. Okay. And so what is a proper Instagram foundation? That's comprised of a correct bio. Okay. You'd be very surprised. The bio, and I'm not going to get too into the bio because I want to get into like the content and the selling strategies, but your bio actually has a purpose. And the purpose is to tell your customers exactly who you are and what you do and how you can help them. Okay. And it's not necessarily having like one of those help statements. It's specifically meant to serve your customers. So sometimes some people's bios talk about themselves. And if you're not an influencer and you're a business, or like if you're a coach too, or like a service provider, the bio needs to be about what it is you're going to do for your follower. And not only that, your bio, right? If you want to, get clicks or, have them shop, sign up to a lead magnet, whatever, your bio description needs to then direct them to whatever it is that link is, right? So if you see here and you look at this little photo, this is a pretty cohesive bio because you only get a few seconds when someone comes to follow you or to profile out to convince them that you're it, right? So clear logo, clear name, clear username, right? So whatever the name of your brand is, clear, simple, easy to understand description, right? So Frank Bot can kind of get away a little bit with having, a fun little tagline in their bio because they're such a huge brand. But you want to have clarity in your bio. You want to have a clean link. So don't have a link with all them little characters at the end of it. Like, get a link shortener like Bitly, and then clear highlights. Okay, you'd be very surprised where people have the word highlight. It's like, come on, it's very simple to just go in there and add a title, right? And if you can't make fancy highlight covers, like Canva literally already has highlight covers for you, but if you can't do that, then just do color swatches. Like, just, make it one cohesive color, right? And then when you come and you look at their content, it's like, okay, cool. I understand this is a skincare product. It's a coffee scrub. Their colors, everything kind of makes sense. So if you ever wonder why someone isn't following you, look at, right? Are you using photos that have, that are blurry, right? That are grainy, that people can't see? Is you're using 10,000 different fonts, right? 10,000 screenshots of every good morning photo that, you got from Facebook, right? You can't take your Facebook post and put them in your Instagram content. They're 2 different things. So if you look at your own profile and you're like, I wouldn't follow this, then what makes you think that someone else would? Okay. So proper foundation is key. All right. Making sure that that 7-second test, when you come to your page, it's like, yeah, cool. Okay, it makes sense. But if it doesn't, then you have to really take a step back and be like, what is going on here? And do a deep dive. Okay. So the next part of the know, like, trust aspect, right? Building the relationship is combining growth and engagement strategies. That's another thing that people make a big mistake of. And I'm going to walk you through how to do that. But when you're growing, you have to engage at the same time. Okay, because that is just simply how the algorithm works. But I'm not going to go too much into it right now because I'm going to break it down in just a second. And then the last part is value-driven sales funnels. Okay, and not these complicated, like, it's not, sales funnel isn't a complicated tool. A sales funnel literally is the steps that it takes for someone to complete checkout, from when they see an Instagram post, right, of you promoting something, to then the next step that you want them to take, which could either be clicking the link in your bio or, Instagram shopping or whatever it is, right? And then checking out. That's a sales funnel. It could be influencer post to your page, to the link in your bio to checkout. It could be email to the link to checkout. That's just really what a sales funnel is. But the point of the sales funnel is that you want to provide value throughout the entire experience, especially when you have a follower that doesn't know you. And I'm telling you, this stuff works. I will literally have someone on this page, which I'll show you some of the results later. I only had 153 followers. And then I started doing my strategies. And I was shocked. Like, you can go to my Facebook page. I was posting about it. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, I literally made $1,000 in like 12 hours with people that had no idea who I was. They never knew me. They never talked to me. They never met me. And yet they are shopping with me. Okay. And it's because you have to have, my Instagram foundation was correct. I made sure my profile served is only my ideal audience. When I was growing, I used my engagement strategies at the same time. And the content and the value funnel that I sent them on was specifically designed to answer all of their questions, crush any of their objections, and sell to them effortlessly, so that by the time they were done following me, they were already moving through my funnel and checking out. Okay. So this is what I'm going to teach you how to do today. Okay. This is what all of those elements, look like. And just to kind of give you a little better picture of this, right? So the know, like, trust funnel is going to help you apply the 80-20 rule. So 80-20 rule can mean a lot of different things in different areas of whatever you're applying this concept to. But this concept is applied in when it comes to businesses, that sometimes as business owners, we have a tendency to focus on the 80% that doesn't matter, that doesn't move our business along, right? When you're starting a business, you have to get to the cash fast, because cash flow allows you to spend more on marketing, grow your team, put back into your business, actually put back into yourself. So when we're doing things that don't matter, and it's okay, because sometimes we focus on the 80% because we don't really know how to get to the sales. We don't really know how to make the sales work or have that process work. So at least we got to be doing something. But when you know better, you got to do better. So really, when it comes down to business, you have to focus on the 20% that matters. And it's the most important high-level task that's going to get you to the sale, that's going to make you the cash, that's going to make you money. And then guess what? You can go and add all the other stuff. And I'm telling you, I've learned this from practice. When I started my very, very first business, I had no website. I had to just use one of them free. This was like, I don't know, I'm not going to age myself, but like, I don't know, like 7-10 years ago. But I had to just go and the GoDaddy like freaking template and had freaking butterflies on it. And it was so ugly. But I was like, you know what? That's not the point. Like, the point is, I needed to just have something. I needed to, show that I had a real website, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to close these sales. But if I would have spent all this time and money and trying to figure out the website, and putting the money into the website, one, I don't even know if anybody would have wanted to buy it. And then later on, I actually figured out I didn't even really need the website, because half the people that I went to go prospect to, they weren't even checking it. So if I would have spent all that time, I'd be focusing on the 80%, while 20%, which is getting to the money, is slowly flowing out the window, right? So a lot of us I know are sometimes in situations where a lot of the money is coming out and a lot of the money isn't coming in. So that is why focusing on sales and marketing strategies that are effortless, that basically attract your ideal customer and do the selling for you, is why this is so key. So what this kind of basically looks like is you need 3 key things. All right. So we talked about having, a good foundation, growth and engagement strategies, but really in terms of a simple marketing strategy, it's just 3 components. You need that high quality traffic, targeted traffic. Okay. You don't want just anybody willy-nilly coming down your funnel, because then that's another thing, right? So sometimes we market the wrong people and we wonder why we're not getting sales. And that's one of the reasons. So we want the right people. And if you miss Lyrica's buyer persona lesson, know your audience lesson, you better go back and see if you can buy a replay, because that is how you find your targeted audience. Then you take them down a value-driven customer journey. Okay. So the experience that, whatever their problem is that you're trying to solve, whatever solution is that they're trying to, solve, how your product shows up and serves that, right? So value driven customer journey could be, showing how your skincare line can help with acne, showing how your fashion brand can, be the outfit, the place that they go for, their birthday outfit, their graduation outfit, right? So instead of just like promoting your product, it's actually giving them some sort of value, some sort of experience. And then high converting sales flow. So essentially that basically just means, check your website. Like sometimes when you come to your site, it's like very hard to purchase. It's very hard to click things. So you're going to lose conversions, right? If people have a hard time clicking. And if you are using social, majority of us are purchasing through our phone. So if your mobile experience sucks, you're going to lose a sale. So don't lose a sale because you haven't stopped to check your sales flow. Okay. So it's as simple as what your checkout process is. And key tip, if you are marketing one specific product or collection, do not send them to your whole entire website. Goldfish mentality, people. Like, people have a attention span. They will get lost. Send them directly to the product so they can check out. And you know what? Add the feature at the tools at the end where you can upsell the cart, right? So whether you have Shopify, there's upsell apps. Whether you have, your Coach ClickFunnels has upsell apps, Samcart, it has upsell apps, right? But don't take them to your whole site and let them get lost. You got to keep them down a very focused funnel, okay? So I'm going to continue to break it down a little bit further, but I just want to show you what the know, like, trust funnel looks like together, like in action. Okay. And a funnel basically is just a fancy word. Okay. This is basically just a strategy. All right. So this is the ideal situation you want when you're on Instagram. You got your irresistible foundation, which basically means like your bio, your profile, everything is set up, it's on and popping. Okay. And you don't have to have perfectly curated content. Again, I'm not touching on branding. I'm gonna leave that for Anya. Okay. Then you essentially want to be growing followers, right? So we're moving down the funnel, right? So your profile, your bio is popping. So if somebody follows they look at your profile like, oh yes, I gotta follow. Okay. Then at the same time, I'm gonna show you how to boost your engagement. Generally speaking, I like to promote lead magnets as my engagement booster because I like to collect leads at the same time, emails at the same time, right? And then essentially what happens is that the way that I set up my engagement strategies is that people comment, they DM, they like, they tag, they share a story, whatever. You got to have that, like I said, grow and engage at the same time, because guess what? Then the Instagram algorithm likes it. Okay. And I'm gonna teach you this in just a second too. Make the algorithm work for you. I'm telling you, it can really become your best friend. Then what also happens at this strategy is that they leave Instagram. So if you're doing some type of lead magnet, right, or if you're shopping, you give them a coupon code, then guess what? You're also growing your email list. You're increasing your site traffic. So if you ever want to do Facebook ads later, right, you can pixel that traffic, and at that same time, you're generating sales. So this is actually what should happen when people become followers, is that your profile and your content is designed to do all of this all at the same time. So everything that you post is very intentional, it's very strategic, and you're moving them down some sort of journey until, they're at the end and they hit order, they hit, purchase, whatever the case is. Okay. So this is basically some results that you could get. 1,000 followers in less than 10 days. And let me tell you this, she did not even post. So I don't think she even posted once. I don't even think she really is posting now either. So this is the type of results that you can get from having this strategy. Okay. And I'm gonna keep on breaking it down. Okay. And for my moms out there, my real moms. I mean, well, dog moms are real moms too, but like for my moms out there, this is also amazing if you have a social media business, where you're a social media manager, service-based business, coaches, product-based business, whatever. But this is one of my students, Kelly, from my original coaching. She was, in a real tough situation financially, right? But she put these strategies together. She grew over 20K followers, and she started selling 3K for her social media services. And in less than 90 days, she was able to hit her 10K month. And she has 2 kids, one under the age of 7 months. So she gets to work from home. She gets to, have a business that, is thriving and being out of a cash funk. So anybody that is in the same situation too, especially the moms out there, then definitely tap in, because I'm about to actually tell you how to do all of this. Okay. So first thing, like I talked about, make sure your page is popping. Okay, let me check my notes real quick. What did I put over here? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Make sure your page is popping. First impressions are everything. Like I said, we have attention span of a goldfish, so you only get a few seconds to get people to follow you, right? So the foundation of that though starts with your audience. Okay, I'm not gonna get too much into the audience because, like I said, I don't know if Rica has it, but if there's a replay for the, that y'all can buy for the buyer lesson, then pay the money for the replay. Because if you don't have your audience right, then nothing else you do after this is going to work. Your sales strategy, you could start going on this or that. It's really not going to work. And if it does work, you're going to have a lot of friction, or you're not going to have as much conversions as you could. So nailing your audience and getting it correct is very critical. Okay. And I'm not just talking about age, gender, demographic, location, what they do for work. I'm talking about how they make purchase decisions. Do they need influencers? Do they need reviews? I mean, it goes even deeper to how your product actually solves their specific problems, their specific pain points. So when I get to the selling part of this, I'm going to actually show you kind of how I take my buyer information and actually use it in my selling strategies. And this is another way I actually make sales effortlessly. So honestly, if you don't have the buyer like targeting correct, a lot of other things, like I said, are going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult actually to use these sales strategies. So again, check with Lyrica, see if she's selling the replay for the buyer lesson, and watch that. Okay. Watch it and get your buyer persona correct. Okay. So that's all I got to say about that. So if your buyer persona is correct and you know exactly who you're speaking to, then you have to have a clear, well-defined bio. Okay. And your buyer is, your bio is ever changing. It doesn't always have to be the same. I always say that your bio should be exactly what your goal is. So for me, I want everybody to come into this growth lesson, because I know that when people watch this growth lesson, a portion of them will convert. Okay. So I say grow 1,000 followers in 10 days that turn into paying customers without having to post content or do it for the gram 24. All right. So I have a very strong statement. Okay. This is growing 1,000 followers is a desire I know my audience wants. Okay. And another thing I know that they want is being able to turn into a customer, right? Because again, it's not just followers. You want them to turn into a paying customer. And then also saying without having to do the things that they hate, right? Because I know that a lot of people hate posting a whole bunch of content, and I know that they hate being stuck on the gram. So then, boom, finger pointing down, watch the free lesson. Okay. So clear, well-defined bio. Also, you see my highlights. I don't have time for branding. So I just put my brand colors. Okay. So that's why I say, if you can't figure out the little highlight designs, then just use some colors. And another key tip is that my highlights are very strategic. Okay. You don't just be putting highlights up just to put highlights up. All of my highlights serve one purpose. So my one purpose with this Instagram page is to sell my course. So I know that if they watch this webinar, a certain portion will purchase. Hold on. Hey, am I still skipping? Let me adjust my mic real quick. It must be the Wi-Fi. Okay. Am I still skipping? Let me know. I'm gonna double check on my phone. I'm trying to make it do what it do because I know Lyrica has a call later. Okay, am I still skipping? Dang. I'm trying to make it do what it do. Hold on. Still skipping. What can I do? What can I do? Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me know. I'm double checking if I'm skipping. Okay, cool. I don't want to touch anything. I feel like I can't touch my computer. Okay, so highlights. Key tip for highlights real quick is make sure your highlights are very intentional. They should service, again, whatever your main goal is for your bio. So like I said, my profile is meant to try to get people to sign up to the course. So my highlights are very strategic. I have behind the scenes, I have reviews, I have results, right? I have freebies, I have an introduction to kind of who I am. Don't just be putting up highlights willy-nilly. That's what I'm saying. Everything has to be very intentional and you have to have a strategy behind it. And the highlights essentially are to provide trust, right? So like trust factor, getting people to like you. So trust can be results, reviews, other people, wearing your clothes, wearing your products, maybe behind the scenes, they want to get to know who you are, right? So everything has to be intentional. And then everything needs to be relevant and cohesive. So your first 9 squares need to be the most impactful, right? Like you need to be able to, like when someone comes to profile, they need to know what it is that you sell. Okay. Because sometimes, like I said, I become in a certain profile, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here. There's a lot going on. Okay. And you just want cohesion. All right. I'm telling you, cohesion in the mind of your buyer is going to feel more confident purchasing with you. But if you got all this stuff going on in your profile, and be honest with yourself, like look at your profile and be like, come on now. Will I shop from this? And if you can't really say that you would shop from this and doesn't look trustworthy, then you got to put in the work to revamp it, especially if Instagram is your only way or one of the main ways of marketing because it's so cheap. It's a free way of like marketing to get started. Okay. And this is the same for any business, service-based, course creators, products, everybody. You all have to follow the same framework. Okay. So I'm not going to go too deep into the content strategy. I'll also be here for the next 10 hours, but this is the simplest way to create content. Because for me, I know some people teach like, well, just, post things, trying to get to know you, post your authority, like, try to show your expertise or just keep posting photos of your products and maybe they'll buy. No, you need to think about how your product and how it solves a problem for your buyer. Okay. That needs to be what your content is about. Because when they go through all of your content, you're answering all of their false beliefs and all their objections of like why they wouldn't purchase your product. You're also telling them how your product is the solution for their problem. And it's a huge like web of you giving them clarity. Because that's another thing why sometimes we don't make sales is that what we know in our head of what our business is, we got to be able to put that out into words and market it. So sometimes like we may know like, yeah, my business is this, I have a fashion brand, or, I do vagina steaming, or I do, graphic design, but you got to be able to articulate that into words and give clarity to your audience. And more specifically, they really only care about how it's going to solve their problem. They don't really care about you. So that's why I say, I don't really focus on a lot of get to know me content in the sense of it being not intentional. If I'm going to tell you my story, there's going to be an intention about it so that you can actually relate to me in a part of your journey, which also moves you closer to buying my product. So think about your product and how it solves a problem for your buyer. Okay. And then what I like to do is then I like to, whatever that problem is, right? So it could be trying to find outfits because, they want sustainable clothing. It could be trying to find outfits for certain, events or times in their life. It could be finding a skincare brand that has natural ingredients that are transparent about it. It could be hiring a, graphic design service, right? And they're tired of being screwed over because they are going on Fiverr and they're not getting really getting results, whatever it is. Then whatever that problem is that they're trying to solve about and why someone would use your product, then write out a list of FAQs around that product and all the problems it solves. Because it could be multiple problems, and just write out, like, let's say skincare, how to deal with eczema, how to deal with acne, how to deal with certain ingredients, right? Just write it all out, because this is just you getting a bunch of ideas. Then at that point, you should have a bunch of ideas on how you can articulate how this specific product solves all of the problems that your buyer has, as well as the solutions, right? So like, not only would you want to list the problems, you want to list the solutions. Well, my skincare actually does this, or my, graphic design service offers this, right? We offer a transparency workflow where before I do a little coffee chat with you. So do you know what I'm saying? So list out the problems and then list your solutions. Okay. And then at that point, you can go around, you can browse for inspiration. I'm actually going to show you something really cool for browsing for inspiration on ways to present the content, and then go create it or curate it. Okay. And I do believe that Imani or Anya, they hold content creation classes. So once you actually have intentional ideas, because like I said, you don't want just content for willy-nilly, like just throwing it up there. The content needs to sell, and it needs to do the selling for you. And I'm not just talking about a promo post with a discount code. This is how you sell without selling, how your product solves a problem and what the solutions are. Then go and see what that inspiration looks like, and then either create it or curate it. So I believe they have classes that show you actually how to create the content, so that now that you have a list of ideas on what to do, then you can actually go and execute on that. Okay. So content type ideas, there's so many different things. And again, it doesn't have to be super complicated. Okay. Some people like before and after is simple. Like just go, Canva and get a photo of your clients before and after and plug it in there, right? That's no graphic design required, right? Takes cross posts. Cross posts are tweets. Usually, or it's usually just from another platform, but I don't know why they call it just freaking Twitter posts. You just screenshot the Twitter post, right? Drop it in. Okay. You got all different types of content, influencer content, memes, user-generated content, UGC, right? You can do giveaways, product shots, all kinds of things. Really just go around and get inspired and see the different types of things after you have a list of ideas that are geared towards selling. And then once you know how to articulate those ideas, then you can go and create and curate that. Okay. And only brand this cohesion. If you can provide cohesion, you can get away with not being too super branded. Okay. Cohesion basically means try to stick to the same colors. The only time that you can deviate outside your colors is like, maybe Valentine's Day is pink, and, 4th of July is red, white, and blue, and things like that. But generally speaking, stick to the same colors and stick to your same font patterns. So if you're using one specific, serif font, which is the font that has like a hook, like Times New Roman, and you pair it with an Arial font, which is like maybe one that's called sans serif, so it doesn't have a hook, stick to those. But if you look at your profile, you got 10 different thousand fonts on there. That creates chaos in somebody's head, and it's very difficult for them to focus. So my only branding tip is stay cohesive with your colors, stay cohesive with your fonts, and make sure your photos are at least 1080 by 1080. I mean, that's it. Like, don't post anything that's low quality or grainy. And if it is, like, delete it. Like, don't be okay with that. Okay. So I'm going to just show you one cool little tip for finding inspiration and content. So if you haven't heard of this, let me know in the comments actually if you've heard of Pinterest Predicts. But Pinterest Predicts is the go-to. I'm telling you, if you want inspiration. And so usually people will get like the end of the year trend reports, but Pinterest Predicts is what actually makes you the trendsetter. So Pinterest Predicts actually goes through Pinterest and looks at the top trending like topics in certain areas, and they post it here. So you're kind of like the first person to know about it. Okay. And it's amazing because you can use this in your content and marketing strategies. All right. So Pinterest Predicts. Okay. What does this look like? Why look like this? Okay. Oh, is this a video? Oh, they must have posted a video. Okay, I'm not watching that. I'll watch that later. So yes, Pinterest Predicts lets you actually be the trendsetter. Okay. So basically you can do it by audience or category, which is really cool. This 20-day trend. So we got Bejeweled, right? So if you're a fashion brand or whatever, accessories like sunglasses, nails, okay, hit the Bejeweled tab. Okay, I'm actually opening that one. Oops. I didn't want to open it like that. Okay. So beyond the basic earring, and then you can kind of see like the theme. So this can kind of give you an idea of like the graphics you want to do, right? These gems, these kind of bright, when I say bright colors, it's kind of like in the ruby emerald kind of tone, right? You can even see it in like the font of this, the color tone of this background. So, Gen Z is driving toward the trends of accessories that go way beyond the basic earring. So I think there was one girl that joined verified sellers, and she had something called chunky bracelets or junky bracelets, which I never heard before. So I'm like, this is right here. It just predicts. So then it's going to show you the trending search terms: tooth, gems, ear curation, dermal period, whatever, right? Crystal eye makeup, right? And then it's going to show you what these trends are. Teeth jewelry, teeth bling. Then it's also going to give you a creator spotlight. So it's someone that you can follow, you can check out, right? And then you can again get the inspiration, and it's going to give you some local spotlights. So just more information. It's just going to show you how to utilize this trend. And then the most important thing is they're going to show you how to bring this trend to life. Literally, it says right here, if you're a beauty brand, help beauty trend seekers up-level their signature cat eye with crystal embellishments. Create tutorials to teach them how to nail the perfect gem placement. It's going to literally tell you how to do everything. Okay, and then you click this, it's going to show you all the pins that are inside of this trend. Okay, so if you are ever looking for ideas, and if you are ever looking for being in the know for your content, dopamine, dressing, right, for fashion brands, any candle, home products, curve appeal, night moves, just go through Pinterest Predicts. I'm telling you, this is an amazing way to find content ideas and actually be first movers. And you're also going to be able to use hashtags that are up and coming and are new, and you're going to be able to dominate those hashtags with your content. Okay, so Pinterest Predicts, it's free. Okay, definitely check that out. All right, hot tip number 2, how to easily make the Instagram algorithm work for you and make sure people engage with your posts. So you build brand awareness and your posts get seen by your followers and you make it to the explore page. Okay, this is very, very important. I literally make the algorithm work for me. I don't do a lot of work, all right? So how do I actually do that? Like I mentioned before, you have to grow and engage at the same time. You cannot grow and then engage later, because that's not how the algorithm works, okay? So what I mean by that, when someone follows you, they're generally speaking at the bottom of you are at the bottom of their totem pole when it comes to seeing content, because they have not had the time yet to engage with you. And engagement means DMs, liking stories, comments, whatever. So if someone's following you and they haven't engaged, the next time you post, they may not see it, even though they're a new follower, because you're at the bottom, right? Because what does Instagram want? Instagram wants keep people on the platform for a long time because they don't care about anything else except for that paid advertising revenue. So the longer they can keep people on the platform, the happier their advertisers are. So it is your job to actually build a relationship with Instagram's algorithm and learn what it wants and happy. Because if it shows that, if you're showing and marking all the, checking off all the boxes that Instagram algorithm wants you to hit, I'm telling you, it's going to promote your stuff for free. My account, it literally only has 3,000 followers and it's already reached 500,000 people in terms of reach and impressions. And I didn't have to pay for any of that. Okay. Because I just went through Instagram's algorithm. I made a checklist and I created strategies. Like I showed you before, the know, like, trust funnel that hits all the check marks Instagram wants. So whenever I'm growing, I usually have some sort of engagement strategy in place, because when someone follows me, I want them to immediately start engaging with me so that the algorithm will see, hey, someone followed her and they watched her story. They engaged with her story. They sent her a DM. Oh, okay, you know what? Next time she posts, I'm going to make sure her followers actually see the content. That's why my engagement rate is 9%, because I make sure my new followers actually see my stuff. Okay. So how do we actually do this? Okay. So there are so many ways to grow on Instagram. Okay. You can use influencers, you can use shout outs, you can do giveaways, you can use viral content. You can use the Instagram ads, right? But a lot of those ways, and I teach all of them, do require some sort of skill set. And if they don't require a skill set, they require money. Okay. So one of the fastest ways And the easiest ways and non-skill set ways to grow on Instagram is to use Facebook groups. Okay. So promoting in Facebook groups every day. And so I know some of you might be saying, well, I don't like doing follow trains. Okay. Well, no, I didn't say follow trains. And some might say, well, there's not enough groups to post in. Okay. Facebook has hundreds of thousands of Facebook groups. So I promise you there's a group to post in. I literally have a list of 500 Facebook groups. I don't post in all of them, but virtual assistant doesn't require skill. Copy, paste, and promote inside Facebook groups. I started the business Instagram page on the 10th of January, and now we're over 3,000 followers, and I haven't done any other method. I haven't used shout outs yet. I haven't used influencers. Once I use shout out influencers, like it'll just grow like crazy. But right now I'm just using the Facebook group growth method, and that's it. Okay. So one of the two biggest mistakes that people have when they use this method is they don't know their audience, okay, or how to find them. So they promote in the wrong group. So you either grow a following of like other businesses that are not going to purchase from you, or just people that are dead crickets. Okay. Because you're posting in the wrong group. Don't just post in a group willy-nilly. And one thing that you want to do is to go into those Instagram engagement groups and just post in them and try to get the followers there. My business is different because I pretty much, anybody who uses Instagram is my customer for me. So I can do follow trains. I can post in any random group because as long as they have Instagram and they want to grow it, whether an influencer, service-based business, product-based business, I can help them. But that is not the majority of what people are. They don't offer Instagram marketing or coaching services. So for a product-based business, if you have moms, right? Female entrepreneurs, whatever. I know someone's talking about they have beard oil. Like you can't be up in a female entrepreneur group. You can if you take this mindset of like the girlfriend buys for the boyfriend, but you have to be very intentional about it. Okay. And then the other thing is doing follow trains if it's not a good fit for your brand, like I mentioned. And so what's going to happen is you get people that are not interested in you and they will unfollow. So I like to try to do growth methods that aren't incentivized. I want people to choose to follow. So majority of my posts don't say follow back or do follow trains. Sometimes I'll do it randomly, but it just depends. But I want someone to choose to follow me, because then I know that when they click the link and they come and they see the profile, they're like, oh yeah, this resonates with me. I'm going to follow. They haven't been told, hey, like follow me and I'll follow back, so that they're waiting for a follow back and then you get a whole bunch of unfollows. Okay. So again, everything has to be intentional. Okay. Yeah. And sometimes they don't follow you back. And it can be disappointing. So people unfollow, but that's why I say don't do follow trains unless it can work for your business, and focus on promoting your Instagram. And if interested, they will follow, right? And then if someone chooses to follow, that's a higher level user than someone who's been incentivized and waiting for you to take an action back. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say on that. And so same thing. I did this for a client, 1,000 followers in less than 10 days. And I go through and I actually look at the followers that are coming in. And I'm like, okay, yes, these are all my ideal audience. Because you want to also look at the followers that are coming in, because you don't want to junk up your page with useless people that are not going to purchase or engage. And you could see we didn't have to do follow and follow. We didn't have to go and follow a bunch of people back. And honestly, you can only follow 7,500 people. So like, who wants to follow the entire world anyways and have to go unfollow them? So like, follow trains, like I said, unless you have an Instagram business or something that's kind of like universal, don't do follow trains. Promote. There's a difference between follow trains and promoting. And you can see that's how I got just promoting the page 3K followers in 30 days. So we started at like 24 followers. And then today, I took that yesterday. It was like 3,017. And another thing too is I delete, anytime I promote my post the next day, I delete the one from the day before or whatever I had before, because one, I don't want to junk up the group with like my posts, and just start fresh and keep it clean. Okay. So the next thing is engagement. Yeah, you want to make sure engagement is popping. Okay. So like a lot of my clients, a lot of my students, engagement is popping. So one of two of the biggest mistakes that I see people make with engagement. Let me see what my notes are here. Okay, cool. Two of the mistakes I see people make is you don't have enough customer focused engagement content, right? And I'll talk about that in a second. Or you're growing the wrong audience with the wrong methods, okay? And not combining engagement strategies at the same time, which we just talked about. So in your content strategy, 3 times a week, you need to be posting customer-focused engagement content. And it has one specific goal: to make the algorithm happy and to build engagement. Customer-focused content basically means content that is all about your audience. It's nothing really to do with you. It's where your audience gets to talk about themselves. They, get to share things about them. Everyone loves to add their 2 cents in their opinion. Okay. So you can see here, this is the tea detox company, Tea Me Blends. Are you a boy mom, girl mom, or both? Right? 1,800 comments. And customer focused content needs to be easy. You don't want to have them like typing in like a whole bunch of stuff. It needs to be drop an emoji, drop one word, like, very, very, very simple. Customer, this one is, how do the holidays leave you feeling in one word? Grateful. How about you? 4,400 comments. Very simple, straight to the point. What's the best soup? 600 comments. Just one thought. Don't you want them having to, how was your day? And, what are some of the life changes that you went through? Like, you don't need it to be all like too much. And then this one was a lead magnet post, and it was basically saying, stop wasting time on sales strategies that don't work. Get our lead comment me if you want our lead strategy. And then 284 comments of people saying, yes, yes, yes. Like, I want this, right? So you actually need to have this in your strategy 3 times a week, specifically just for keeping your engagement up and making the algorithm happy. So my engagement strategy has 4 parts. 1, using strong call to action inside of your captions to actually elicit engagement. Number 2 is using customer focused content 3 times a week, which is the easiest content to make. You don't even have to think about it, right? And then another strategy is I do use viral reels, but I'll talk about that later, not today. And then the other thing is that I do have my engagement on autopilot, literally for less than $1 a day. Okay, so this is kind of like my secret hack. I discovered it like a couple years ago, and I was like, oh yeah. So basically what I do is I boost a post. Okay, I boost posts that are already kind of trending or going viral. And the way that I do that is not through tapping the boost post button on my Instagram app. I do not do that. Okay. That is basically throwing your money away to Instagram. And I know some people say like they have success using that, but I don't do that. And I'm gonna show you why. So when I boost a post, I actually do it through the Facebook ads manager. Okay. And I'm gonna show you a comparison. So if I were to boost this post that I was trying to do, I would have spent $6. Okay. I only get a 30-day duration. I have the ability to have multiple different audiences. And they're saying that my estimated reach is only going to be 500 to 1,300 people. And that's if I press boost post inside the app. Okay. If I take that same post and I create an engagement post and I boost it inside of the Facebook ads manager, I literally only need to spend. So at this point, I'm only asking, say, I only want to spend $1 a day. I can have multiple audiences if I want to. And I can have a continuous campaign. So I don't have to stop it at 30 days. I can keep it going. So what were the results that I got for actually boosting it through the Facebook ads manager? In 18 days, I only spent $5.55, which basically means I spent almost 30 cents a day. And my cost per result, which means the cost for engagement, cost for people to interact with that post, was like a fraction of a penny. And I was able to actually reach 27,000 people. I mean, my engagement was 27,000 and my reach was 47,000 and my impressions were 52,000. So do the math. Look at the comparison. If I would have spent $6 for 6 days to only reach 500 people versus I didn't even spend $6 over 18 days and I reached 10 times the amount of people by doing the same process, but boosting it inside the Facebook ads manager. Don't hit that. Don't hit that boost post, girl. I'm telling you, it's giving away that $6. Every dollar counts. Okay. And I'm telling you, this is how I keep my engagement on autopilot. I don't go around commenting. I don't go around trying to like the bunch of hashtags and people to come and like my post. I don't do that because I don't have time for that. So I make sure I have my customer focused engagement. I have my captions that have strong call to actions for engagement, and I keep my engagement on autopilot using this method. So basically, I'm seeing less than $10 a month to just keep my engagement up on my Instagram page. And what's happening is that it's bringing all of these new eyes through that one post. And then they end up following because the whole, like I said, the whole profile makes sense. So literally you can put a budget of like $20 to $30 and keep your engagement on autopilot. So $30 versus you having to sit around every time you post and go like 50 people's stuff to try to get to hopefully like your content back. I'm like, come on, that's a good investment. Okay. So don't hit that boost post and do it through the Facebook Ads Manager. Okay. So let me just see here. So I have a little bit more to go. I know I was mentioning to Lyrica that I was going to stop at 8, but, so y'all can start that other meeting without me, and I'll try to join later so I can finish this for the gurus. Okay, so tip number 3, last tip. This is all about the money. I'm about to show you guys some sales strategy. So the simple time-saving hack to help you learn how to promote your business to your followers and know exactly what to post without feeling salesy or begging for the sale. Okay, even if you've never learned sales or marketing. Okay, so this is my key hack right here. Okay, I'm telling you, this is just so crazy because this was the answer to all my motherfucking prayers. I was like, I need to learn how to sell, and I was like, because selling an out different than actually being like, I'm a coach / course creator, whatever the hell you want to call it. And yeah, it's gonna be so easy because like I've been growing Instagram accounts for a long time. Yeah, no. When I first started, it was like crickets, and people were like, not interested. And so this is my secret to selling effortlessly: buyer surveys and selling outlines. Basically, that anytime I have a question, I survey my audience. If I want to know, do like red or blue, I survey my audience. If I want to know, do they say email marketing or do they say list building, I survey my audience. Okay, because when you do buyer survey, literally your audience is going to tell you exactly how they want you to sell to them. Okay. So you have to write based on whatever you're trying to understand. Like, let's say, for example, right, you're having a problem of people aren't buying right now and you're not making any sales. Have you surveyed your audience? Survey your audience and ask them why they didn't buy. And they will literally tell you. They'll be like, oh, I didn't really understand it. I didn't really know if it was going to work for me. I don't like you're half the time you're going to be like, oh my God, I do all of those things. Like I do all of those things. And guess what? You were clear enough. So that's one of my favorite surveys is the didn't buy survey. Anytime I go through a promotion and I did my little marketing blast, I will email the people that didn't buy and ask them so I can learn, because I want to get to the point. You want to just get to the point where basically people just can't buy because the timing wasn't right because they just didn't have the money. Because that really, at that point, it's not your fault. It's nothing you can do. Like, it wasn't because your product wasn't clear. It wasn't because they didn't know if it was going to work for them. They felt unsure. It's just like, damn, I just don't have it right now. But guess what I'm going to say? Like, that is literally what you want. But in order to actually get to that point, you got to know what was the reasoning. So that's my favorite. I survey them. So didn't buy survey. Okay. If I want to know, if I'm dropping a new product, I want to know how to like sell this product. So I will drop a survey and say, hey guys, like I'm about to drop something like, something new. I want to make sure that it, is going to serve you. So could you take some time to fill out this quick survey? So let's say my product is like skincare acne. What type of skincare acne products do you use now? Are you happy with the skincare products that you use now? What are, some type of transformation that you're looking for? What are some of the goals that you're looking for? Like basically they're going to tell you everything. Survey. Okay. So you have to you have to ask the right questions to get specific answers. And you can do that through survey. And then the key trick that you have is you take the responses that they give you inside of the survey and you use that in your marketing copy. That is exactly how you speak your customer's language. I'm telling you, it is like I'm teaching you sales psychology without even teaching you the freaking breakdown of sales psychology. Okay. So When you have your buyer surveys and selling outlines, it is the blueprint for your content ideas, your sales pages, your emails, your captions, where to find your audience, why, everything. Okay. So basically, a selling outline is very simple. It is the steps that it takes that someone goes through in order to purchase your products. And what I mean by that is like Lyrica always says, put yourself in your buyer's shoes. Like, let's say, for example, you're going to Target or something and you're trying to pick up, like, I don't know, a candle or something. What are the things you're going to ask? You're going to think, oh, what does it smell like? Okay. How long is it going to burn? Like, think about the questions, right? What are literally all the questions that go inside of your head? That's your selling outline. So when it comes to someone looking at your business to like buy your, let's say, graphic design services, how much is it? What are the expectations? What's the workflow going to be like? What's the time turnaround? How am I going to know that you're going to match my brand? Like, how am I going to know, how am I going to trust that I've been going to get this right? Because I've been scammed too many times, right? So let's say you're a fashion brand. How long is the shipping? How am I going to know this is going to fit right? What's the dimensions? I don't know what it's going to fit like on my body because there's too many stock photos. I can't see what it's going to look like on my actual body, right? So literally put yourself in your customer's shoes, walk through all of those questions and write them down. And that's your selling outline, because those are all the things that your customer psychologically goes through when they're trying to decide to purchase with you. And guess what? Your content will crush all of that. And your sales script will crush all of that, because now you have that thought process written out and you can fill in the answers with, okay, actually, you know what? Yes, like, I'm going to actually give you a complete breakdown for your brand before we actually start creating graphics that you have to approve. Actually, you know what? Did you not see our UGC section for this outfit? Like, we actually have all of our customers and what they actually look like inside of this, outfit. Oh, you know what? You've never done lashes before? Then take our lash quiz or watch our lash tutorial. We're going to show you how to find the right lashes. You never bought hair before? Do you see what I'm saying? So when you actually have clarity on how it is you can sell to your audience, then you're going to be able to easily make content that can do the selling job for you. But if you're not understanding the mind of how your customer is actually deciding to make purchases with you, you're going to have a difficult time. So create your own selling outline. Take your product, put yourself in the customer's shoes, act like you're shopping, and think about all the questions you have, write them out. Okay. And if you don't have the answers to those questions, then guess what? Go make a little buyer survey. And you can do a poll on your Insta story. You can drop a poll in a targeted Facebook group. You can do a free little Google form and send to your email list. Ask your buyers. And then guess what? Take those words that they use and go back and put it into your sales script. Okay. So that is literally my key for selling. All right. And so when you're starting a business, whether you're just getting started or you are in it and you're seasoned, these are the 3 things that you need to focus on. Okay. That's going to help make your sales effortless. 1, like I said, defining who that buyer is. Okay. So going back, doing that buyer persona, understanding who that is, not just age, gender, demographic, location, like how they actually make purchase decisions, right? What are their fears? What are their desires? And then the next thing you do is, and also too, after you know your buyer, move forward, validate your offer. Before you spend money and go heavy into marketing, validate your offer. And basically what validating your offer means is making sure that someone other than your friends or strangers, a family, will buy. Can you get a stranger to actually purchase your offer? Because then you know, like, you have something worth moving forward. But if you have a hard time like figuring it out, like, you either have to reevaluate what your offer is or reevaluate your sales or reevaluate your buyer. But before moving forward and going all in, definitely make sure that you can actually validate your offer. Okay. And then lastly, validating your high converting sales funnel so that you can repeat and scale. If you want to get to a place where you're printing money, where you have automated things like ads, just bringing traffic in, or influencers, then you need to be able to make sure that you have a sales funnel that converts. Okay. Because ads don't make you money and influencers don't make you money. They're simply traffic sources. So if you are paying for ads and you're sending it to a broken sales funnel, you're just throwing your money in the trash. But if you know that your sales funnel has like a 7 to 10% conversion rate, which basically means like every 1,000 people come, 70, 100 people are going to shop, right? Or 200 people are going to shop, right? Then go ahead and turn those ads on, because the ads are literally just going and finding for you more lookalikes of your customers and sending traffic. Ads don't make you money. It's your sales funnel that makes you money. Because like I said, check your mobile site. Some of them are broken. Some of them, it's very hard for people to shop. So if your sales funnel is not amazing. Don't be turning on ads and don't be thinking, turning on influencers, because yes, it may seem like you're making sales because it's a wide reach, it's a larger number of people, but you're gonna have to spend a lot of money. And the thing is, you're making sales. What's your ROI? How much are you actually keeping? What's your profit? Because if you made sales, but it's like you didn't even like break even for what you spent, like it's no point. Okay. So don't get lost in assuming that this is where your sales comes from. So focus on having a high converting sales funnel. Okay. So knowing your buyer, validating your offer, and having a high converting sales funnel. Okay. So I'm telling you, this works. And Rich Mom, I know she's in this group. I don't know if she's on this call, but or this live, 16 sales in like 3 hours from these strategies. And she didn't spend a dime. Okay. So very easy to do. Last year, client did 32,000 and basically had, they did a little bit of the DM strategies, but imagine just having like, people saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much for reaching out. I've been feeling stuck and overwhelmed, with social media right now. I needed this push through. This might be exactly what I need to help me out. Right. I'm going to order now. Should have doubled my bundle. Like, thanks so much for DMing me. It's been a godsend. Right. So I actually show you how to actually do this in a way where, you not just cold chasing people in DMs, because we don't do that, but we actually know where our buyers are, and we're actually able to attract ready to shop buyers. Okay. So I'm going to just show you a few little sales strategies that you could use for content before we wrap this up, and show you basically how to sell without selling. Okay. So like I said, when you have your selling outline, right, you think about all of the problems that your product solves, all of the goals and desires that your audience wants, right? And sometimes when it comes to selling, what do? We just throw up those promo posts or just throw up the product and expect people to buy. It doesn't work like that, especially when you are a product-based brand, especially fashion. You're selling an experience. Okay, it's different. You are selling like it's candles, luxury goods, things like that, things people don't need. You're selling an experience. Okay, so fashion, like a perfect birthday outfit, perfect date night outfit, perfect New Year's Eve dress, right? Candles, this perfect vibe for your self-care Sundays, right? Perfect gift. You're selling an experience. Okay, so that's a little bit different because people don't necessarily have problems. Okay. So let's say, for example, you have a product. Well, honestly, you can even have this even if you don't have a skin product or something that shows benefits, because you can actually do this too with like your service or your course or whatever, if you're a coach or something, right? Like the benefits of working with you. But these are the type of, sorry, the dogs are going crazy down there. So if y'all can hear them, my bad. So these type of posts focus more on providing value and helping your products followers learn about your products. So essentially you are selling, but you're not selling by saying like, hey, just go shop now. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you're actually providing value, like show your beauty products to make them last longer, right? Do I really need a skincare fridge? Yes, here's why, right? Instead of just throwing up the skincare fridge and saying, buy it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you're helping them understand the experience in their mind of like why they should buy this, right? So extends the life of your beauty products, wakes up to complexion feeling rejuvenated, reduces bacterial growth, right? So that this is an amazing way to sell a product. And what's usually the alternative, right? Just throwing it up and saying 60% off today. That doesn't really help anybody understand why the benefit of using this product, right? So let's say you have a product that has lots of ingredients in it that you can break down and identify, right? Or let's say you have a skincare suite and you have a collection of products. So this is another way. This one's for exfoliation. This one's for moisturizing. This one's for cleansing. Okay. So that's a really cool way to help them sort of see what's inside of it. Even if you have like baked goods or let's say like candles or something like that, like you can show kind of like some of the ingredients that are around it. So like this is apple cider vinegar, apples, honey, and things like that inside this drink. And then even break down like the benefits of it and why. But the whole point is that this type of post talks about the benefits of your products. And this is an amazing way to sell without selling. Okay. So another one, which I'm sure a lot of us already do, but if you don't, testimonials and before and afters, especially for the skincare products, the healthcare products. I know there's a lot of people that do a lot of vaginal health. Like obviously we can't be showing vaginas up in here, but before and afters are really great testimonials. They really, really help because with a lot of things that are out there and the oversaturation in the market, people need trust. They need to feel that you're credible. And especially when you have these real customer testimonials and you are not, just like throwing things, perfectly coiffed, pretty perfect photos, right? It's just like the real deal so that they can also relate, see themselves in it. And it's really cool too if you actually tag the user too as well. And then screenshots of like your reviews, very easy to do. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Moonex Cosmetics, but definitely if you are a beauty brand, give them a follow. She literally does like $1 million in 8 minutes every time she has a drop. So I would highly recommend studying her marketing strategy. Another amazing thing, if you haven't seen this, this is a really good way to sell, especially if you post a lot of content. Instagram guides. If you don't have the feature available, you just kind of have to wait for it, but Instagram guides, okay? You can feature your products in Instagram guides, and it's an amazing way to sell. It's separate from your feed, so people can come to your guides and see your hot performance. It's kind of like a way to keep your posts alive from like even, a couple years ago. Like you can add them to the guides. So if you have like 3 posts, someone's not going to go back and go through all of them, right? But they can go through your featured products in your Instagram guide and check it out. So you can have collections. So like, let's say you have posts that you made that were a collection of like your new products. You can organize them into a guide, right? You can promote any of your sales. So like if you had like a sales post that's like a month-long sale and you don't want it to get lost in your content, you can promote it to your guide. You can showcase collab or backstory. So this is another way, like you kind of tell your story without like, getting lost inside of your feed. Share it to a guide. I'm telling you, guides are so powerful. Another thing that you can use guides for, my beauty product lifestyle products, is step-by-step. So again, teaching people how to use your products, teaching people the experience is going to be like when they're using your products. Okay. So how to use, for my bath bomb people, how to use a Lush shower bomb. So this is a guide, step 1, step 2, right? They're going to walk you through, but guess what? Inside here are their products. And if you have Instagram shopping, they can just click and purchase. Lush's guide to at-home foot spa. Okay, you know what? Get this volcano mask, slather on a thick, what does that say? Kaolin and pumice foot mask to draw deep down dirt and slough. What the hell? And slough off rough skin. I can't see for the softest soles ever. And then features their product. So if you have collections and product suites inside of what you offer, make a step guide, right? So let's say you have candles or something like that. You could do like your guide to create a self-care Sunday, right? So like draw a bath, place this candle for the good vibes and like candle there. So these are amazing ways to create content and do the selling without, again, just throwing up those promos. Okay. You don't want to be a discount dealer where all you can do is like throw promo posts up. Another main thing for the last thing with guides are gift guides. Oh, hold on. Is it frozen? Let me see. Wait, so frozen, can you see me? I don't know what frozen on. Let me see. Let me know if it's still, can y'all, let me know if you can still see it. Okay, can you hear me? Let me see. Can you hear me? Okay, let me know if you can hear me too. Okay, cool. Okay, so gift guides. Gift guides are amazing, especially if you have products that that people buy for their friends or family. So, this is a gift guide for dad. So Father's Day is coming up. Gift guide for Valentine's Day, because again, sometimes content gets lost inside of your posts. So guides are a really great way to, showcase some of your content. So you can create shoppable guides, like how to shop for, birthday guides, right? Like Lush holiday gift guide for your best friend. So you can help create shopping guides. So you can take all of your product posts and put them inside of a Instagram guide, and it makes it easy for someone to shop. Okay. So another thing, especially for my product-based businesses, is definitely get on Instagram shopping. All right. Because Instagram shopping has its own separate explore page, and they will promote your product, and they will specifically put your product in front of your ideal buyer. Okay. Instagram's algorithm is like SEO, and it's keyword search. So what that means is like, just like how someone goes on Google and types in like how to do this or skincare, uh, skincare brand that doesn't have this kind of product or whatever. They can actually do that now inside of IG shop on Instagram, and Instagram will pull up your content. Okay. Hold on. And you cannot hear me. Can everyone else hear me? Marlena, just like when you go to make a post, right, on Instagram, you press that plus button on your bio, and you can do like post, story, reel. There's something that says guides. Okay, cool. Make sure you guys can hear me. There's something that says guides. If it's not there, you just have to wait till your profile has it. But if it is there, then you can make a guide like that. So yes, Instagram has their own algorithm for shopping. So there's browse shop, there's top picks, there's direct buys on Instagram, there's shop guides. So people can shop your guides. Again, I'm telling you, your guides can show up on this feed. Shop IGTV and lives. Actually, they can't do IGTV anymore because they don't have that, but they can shop lives. And then guess what? They do remarketing for you. So it's going to show your followers brands that they visited before. So if they visited you, it's going to show them every time you post something to your shopping. It's going to show them just because they're following you and if they like your content. So it's an amazing way to instantly get the sale, because if you have to send them to your site, sometimes they may get lost. But if they can shop now and buy with one click, then it's faster, because Instagram also saves your credit card information if they allow, like if you allow it when you're making purchases. So the next time someone goes and shops on your Instagram shopping, all they literally have to do is tap and buy. Like a tap, approve the card, approve the address, and buy. So it's going to make your purchasing conversions extremely high. And again, they're going to market and push your product out for you for free. Okay, so if you're going to use Instagram shopping, then here's some best practices. Okay, so you want to say your shopping story. You're going to promote any of your products in your store at the shopping feed. You want to save that to your highlights, because that's going to be another easy way for people to shop with you. And you also want to use more lifestyle shots over simple product shots. So a lot of times people use a lot of the lifestyle photos or the photos that their followers create for their IG shopping feed over just the stock photos. Because again, stock photos are great, and yes, they are professional, but at the end of the day, people want to see what the product actually really looks like. Okay, so you have a mixture of both, especially when it comes to fashion or accessories. People want to know what it looks like on someone's box or whatever. Okay, and so IG shopping best practices. You can create, well, you can't do IGTV anymore. I'm sorry, I should have edited that out. But you can't shop IGTV because IGTV doesn't exist anymore. But you can go live, and when you go live on Instagram shopping, you can pull up one of your products that you have tagged, and people can shop it. So while you are on your live, just like kind of how Lyrica does the lives and she shops with everybody, you can do that also on your own Instagram live. And guess what? They can tap and buy, and they don't even have to leave the live. Okay, so that's another way. And this is really great too, because if you have a product where people need to see things, they need to see like your skincare routine, they need to see what the outfit looks like and how to pair with how to pair this little slip dress with leather boots and a leather jacket, then throw that up on a live, pin your shopping tag, and you say, hey, you want this look, shop it, right? And guess what? People check out. Okay. And last thing is that these strategies that I just taught you, they also work on any other platform as well. It's not just Instagram. Okay. They actually work on so many other platforms, because these are actually basic sales and marketing principles. There may be certain things that are specific to Instagram, like certain tactics, but strategy wise works for everything. Okay. I use the same strategy for my Facebook page. And a lot of people say Facebook pages are dead, but mine is not dead. So I use these same strategies on my Facebook page. And for me, my objective with my Facebook page is that this is actually the audience that I use to run ads with. So when I run my ads, I actually pixel and traffic my Facebook audience. Okay. And so I keep my Facebook page on and popping. So I use the same strategy with the Instagram on the Facebook page. So over 3,000 likes, 4,000 followers. I mean, my reaching people in some shape or form. My engagement's always high. My likes are always high. And it pretty much looks like this every single month. So I literally apply the same principles from from Instagram to Facebook. Also, for my Facebook group, especially with the growth method, I apply the same tactics to the growth method. Okay. So grew this group, almost 6,800 members. It's actually really, really fast. And then I stopped because personally, I had to go back to the drawing board. And like I said, I wanted to learn how to sell because I was like, I don't have a problem building an audience or anything like that. But for me, it felt like I needed to focus on quality over quantity. So I actually stopped promoting the group and growing it and putting growth into it so that I can actually serve the people that are in there and learn more about them. And eventually we'll turn back on. But that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I've discovered the buyer surveys and selling outlines, and it was just key. But same thing, growing the group with over a 50% engagement rate. Okay. So the group is not dead, right? There's no point in growing things if you don't have engagement. And then same thing for my email list. I actually made $3,000 growing this email list. Okay. So I pretty much got paid to grow my email list because I don't like to just have a bunch of people that are freebie hoarders and they don't buy, like they just collect a bunch of freebies. They don't even really check out my lead magnets or anything like that. And they don't actually like purchase. So I actually create a lead magnet that is very valuable. And I usually attach what I call a tiny offer to the lead magnet. So something that's like, $5, $10, $12, could be up to even $97. $97 is still considered a tiny offer, but I attach that to my lead magnet in very strategic places. So usually what happens is that when someone signs up to my email list and they get that lead magnet, they immediately start purchasing and they purchase that tiny offer. So to grow this 9,200 contact email list, I made $3,000. Okay. And I have over 50% open rates and 17% click-through rates. Right. And I believe I have like 9,355 contacts, but out of that, like literally 99% of them are active. Okay. So I actually have a highly active email list using these literally same strategies. Like I said, for posting engagement 3 times a week, the same thing. Sometimes I send emails and it's not about making money. It's just about building up my email list reputation and keeping my email list high. Okay. And my strategies worked so well that I literally got an email from ActiveCampaign, which is who I use. And they told me that I was in the top 10% of their users. And they have over 145,000 users. And they're telling me that my email campaigns and marketing are in the top 10%. Okay. So these strategies can work anywhere. All right. So that is it, guys. I'm going to try to save some time for questions. I'm actually not going to have time to do the audits today, but I have a live Q&A tomorrow inside of my Facebook group at 12 p.m. Eastern time. I just dropped the link. I'm going to pin it. So if you do want me to audit your profile and kind of, give you my thoughts on it, then definitely join that tomorrow. I just dropped the link in the comments. That's tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing just straight up audits and looking at profiles. And that's it. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. If you actually want help creating your own Instagram strategy for your business, let me know. Just drop a viral in the comment and then I will send you a DM so I can kind of just see where you're at, get a good ballpark on what you actually need help with and see if I can actually help you. But other than that, that's it. So hopefully you guys found this valuable. Hopefully you learned a bunch of stuff. This is going to be saved so you can go back and, go through the information again if you need it. And that is basically it. Yeah. So Marlena, just if you're not on the Facebook group already, just join me tomorrow. It's at 12 o'clock. Drop your Instagram in there and we'll audit it. So if you have any questions, you can join me and I will take care of it. Okay, thank you. Yes, Leisha. Yeah, so I pinned the I think I pinned it. Yeah, I pinned it and join the Facebook group and we'll do the audit tomorrow. Yeah, does anybody have any questions before I go? Like I said, this replay is going to be saved, so you can watch it and go back through and if you do have any questions later when you're watching it, just drop them in there too. I'll come back and answer them later too as well. But yes, hopefully you guys found this really helpful. Hopefully I was able to give you guys some more clarity and some things that you could do on Instagram and start to get them coins rolling. And then, like I said, if you guys want to audit, join me tomorrow at 12. It's on my Facebook group, and I will audit your profile, point you in the right direction. Thank you, Kay. Thank you so much. Thank you, M. Thanks so much for joining us. Yeah, so let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll stay on for just a few minutes to answer them. Okay, you're welcome, Brittany. Yes, lots of note, girl. Yeah, what Lyrica say? No tickers are the money makers. So, hopefully, yeah, that's good. Okay, thank you so much, Crystal. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope you guys have a really amazing rest of the week, a blessed week. I hope the blessings rain down on you guys. And I hope this is giving you some clarity. Okay. And like I said, don't feel like you, are lost on Instagram. It's crazy. Like I said, they're dropping everything, changing everything left, right, up, down. So it's hard. It's hard in these streets. Hey, Jada. Okay, Jada girl. Jada girl, I'm gonna get you them lessons. I'm gonna drop the rest of the lessons inside the course. Yeah, so Jada's in the course, so she knows. But yeah, I'm gonna drop the rest of the lessons inside the course, girl, and let you know. I'm gonna get the. Oh, actually, it's Jada. I dropped the caption lesson today, but I'm working on the rest of the lessons. Hopefully, get the growth and engagement stuff out there by the end of either this week or next week too. So yes, and hopefully, Jada, too, you got some insights on the selling today. And hopefully, Jada, you saw Pinterest Predicts, and hopefully that gave you a better picture on how to use that too. As well. Yeah, guys, don't sleep on Pinterest Predicts. Make sure you use that for inspiration and content creation and trend setting, for sure. Oh yeah, girl. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, cool. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions later, like I said, just drop them and I'll come back and answer. But I think nobody has any questions. So hopefully, I will see you tomorrow in the live. We can do the audits. If you guys are ever wondering what slip dresses or whatever fashion dresses I'm always referencing, definitely check out Jada. She has, I'm usually always referencing her slip dresses. So she has really pretty, amazing, classic, luxurious slip dresses. So if you are looking for that, then definitely hit up Jada and she will get you right. Okay. Especially too, if you want to have that boss babe luxurious look as well. Right. So yes. Okay, cool. I think that's it, ladies. Let me see if I have any more questions. No, that's it. All right. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Have a blessed rest of your evening and a blessed rest of the week. Hopefully, I'll be able to pop in again. I'm gonna make another post too in the group to see like what other topics that you want me to cover, or maybe I should focus on one, elaborate on that one more. But yeah, that's it. So I am signing off, and I will see you guys soon.